So this assignment is on CSS, HTML components, things that you can add to your web page to sort of spice it up. The link, the get link for that is right here at the bottom. That you can clone it from. When you do clone it, and then you do go to the live server, you should get to something that looks like this right here. And as you can see, this has a bunch of content that you can use in the different components that you're going to be making. There's 5 general requirements for this assignment. The first is for you to create a responsive nav bar, and if you notice, this nav bar has a bunch of links and then these 2 things right there. And when I go like this, those 2 things on the right get sort of you don't see them anymore. Well, when you make a responsive nav bar, it makes it so all the links are one on top of the other, and it adjusts sort of in accordance with how big your the size of your browser, right? So it should be it should be as is, or but with 1 link or something like that, and then it should change when you make it smaller. Okay, so that would be the first thing, the responsive navbar. The second thing would be to create a modal, and a modal is something that pops up on your screen when you click on something. So you click on this text right here, and when you do click on this text, a modal should show up, and you can put something like let's say any one of these. You should have like an image and some text in the modal. There doesn't need to be anything going on with the modal, but should have something inside of it. That's the second thing, to create a modal. The third thing would be a marquee, and the marquee is basically sliding text that goes across your screen, and you'd have that marquee in this spot right here, right underneath this section. Again, in terms of deciding what kind of text you want to use, you could just use something like this text right here, or whatever you want to slide across. It doesn't have to be really the content that you use doesn't really matter. Just showing the functionality of the marquee is good. The fourth thing that I want you to do is create a carousel, which is 4 slides, and the carousel would be in this spot right beneath the marquee right here, and the carousel would sort of show up right when the page loads. So it's different than a modal, in that a modal has to be clicked to start it, but the carousel should include at least 4 slides. Okay, and you can grab, for slides, you could grab this, any of these, right? Just grab 4 of them, and each slide should contain the photo and then the text right next to it. But that's the 4th thing, a carousel. And then the 5th thing would be just to make sure that all the images contain a tooltip, in which when you run the mouse over an image, or you can do it with anything. You can do it with text, but I want it done with the images, where you would run your mouse over it, and some text would show up. So, for example, you could decide to put this text when you run the mouse over this image, but it doesn't matter what text you use. I just want some text to show up when you run your mouse over an image. So those are the 5 things that I want you to need to do. I have included in the README a bunch of links that you can use, video links, but you don't have to feel confined to use those links. You can use whatever you find that's helpful. I also want to tell you that you can do a lot of these things with Bootstrap, but I don't want you to use Bootstrap. That's not part of the assignment, so please don't do that. And then when you're done, just pass in a link with the files. Look, it should just have these files, but that are just edited so that it has all those changes made. So that's it.